Well, this is the familiar sight. Hello everyone, my name is Sark and welcome back to another SH Figuarts review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look once again at Ultraman from Ultraman Rising, but this time, the baby's here, EMI is here. So, since we already took a look at this figure, without further ado, actually, before doing that, I'm going to put some side-by-side comparison images with the original box of the previous figure and this figure by itself. Nothing much changes. It's really just the front of the box and the back of the box, showing a couple of different images with EMI and that kind of stuff, but the exact same promotional pictures are there. So yeah, without further ado, let's get him out of here, and her as well, and see how they look together. Alright, so here we have, once again, Ultraman from Ultraman Rising and his little baby EMI. She is so freaking tiny and I love it. I think she is super cute and adorable. So, again, just to recap what the sizes are for these guys, Ultraman stands at a whopping 6.5 inches, which is quite reasonably tall for a figure from Tamashii. But EMI barely scrapes by an inch, going onto from the feet to the fin on top. So she is very tiny. She is an inch tall. Alright, so again, I'm not gonna spend too much time with the... can you guys stand, please? I just want you guys to stand. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time on the articulation for Ultraman, just as a recap. So, Ultraman, he can look side to side, up and down that far, down that far, up this far, which is really good, and he can swivel side to side if you want him to. Arms, they can extend this far out to make a great T-pose, rotate 360 degrees completely, bicep swivel, elbow joint, double jointed elbow, but it doesn't really do much unless you like move him differently. So you get around a 90 degree angle for this. And of course, ball hinge wrists. And you got your swivel, of course. Now, for the ab crunch, he doesn't have the greatest ab crunch, which kind of sucks. But he does have a good back crunch to make him fly very well and get him into those flying poses effectively. The splits, he doesn't do the splits very well. You can get one leg further out than the other depending on how you move it. So I would be careful with that, with the joints over here, to not stress them out too much and not put too much force. But kicking forward, you can definitely get them further than 90 degrees, and kicking backwards is very good because he does have like drop down hips, which is really nice. That actually does help him out a lot in terms of movement. And then for the knees, he doesn't have a bicep swivel, but you can swivel his whole leg because of the joint over here. But double jointed knee as well. And for his foot, going forward that far, going backwards this far, and toe hinge, which is pretty okay. Now, while Ultraman does have some pretty good articulation, we do have articulation on the baby EMI. So let's take a look at that real quick. So she can move her, if I can get a focus, perfect. She can move her head side to side, which is beautiful, pretty cute. She can move it forward that far, and upwards that far. Arms don't really have much movement, but she can move her arm this far up, and this far down, backwards, which is beautiful. And then legs do swivel as well, so do be careful with that. You can move the legs a little bit if you want, but do be careful when moving them because they're very tiny. That's how much range you're gonna have kicking forward. You can kick them backwards as well, and you'll get more range with that. But I don't know if you're gonna be making such dynamic poses with a tiny wee little baby. Wait. Alright, crisis averted. I didn't lose the leg. Alright, that gave me a heart attack. A tiny heart attack. EMI size heart attack. Okay, so, again, Not so much difference between articulation because they're the exact same figure, and then I would just have Emmy with a little bit of articulation there. So let's move on to the accessories because he does come with more accessories. Alright, so even though they're the exact same figure in terms of releases for the old Ultraman that came out during the release time of his movie, there is a difference between the accessories. So as you can see, the color timer is the same. So the color timer for his chest is the exact same. You can just swap them out whenever you want. For Emmy, they actually included a stand for her tail right here. So it's very tiny. You can barely see it, but it does stand out. It does help her out in standing. So if you are having issues with her just standing by herself without any by just balancing her, you could just use that to just hold her. It is a little bit of an issue. As you can see, I'm having trouble because I'm trying to record this as well. But not only that, but he does come with the same sort of grasping hands that he has in the $35 version. And he does come with the flying hands as well. Now, the differences between this figure and the previous one is that he comes with an extra 2 sets of hands and 2 different eyes. So, for the eyes, we do have the visor where he's looking to the left and also looking to the right. So you're able to give him a lot more expression with those if you want. He also comes with 2 relaxed hands, which is, I think, crucial for any type of figure. And 2 open hands as well. So very expressive in terms of this figure. So yeah. So, leading on to my final thoughts, I think this is the perfect package for this Ultraman. He comes with a lot more that I think the old one, that the $35 version, needed to have. And this figure is much more expensive than I thought it was on the retail side of things, at least for the US. Tamashii Nations was selling this figure over in San Diego Comic-Con, which was just recently, like a week or 2 ago, as of the time recording this video. And it was $68. Selling for $68, that's without counting tax and everything. So I think that that's a lot to ask for. But if you were gonna get this from places like Ami and maybe Hobby Genki, I think it's a much more affordable version because I paid $38 for this figure. That's $3 more than the $35 version that you can find either at Best Buy or Walmart. So there's that. I do think that this figure, now with all of these accessories and the baby Emmy, is a 10 out of 10 figure. Actually, no. Retract that. It's a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason is because he doesn't have the Spacium beam that he is going to get with his father. So, a 9.5, nearly a perfect figure, because of the extra accessories with a much more expressive side of things with the eyes and also the baby Emmy, which I've already mentioned. I think this makes the perfect package for any Ultraman Rising fan or Ultraman fan in general, really, because it's a great figure. It has a lot of posability aspects, and now with the baby you can get even more of those iconic scenes from the movie. But I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think about this quote-unquote 2-pack, because it is a slightly different from the more affordable quote-unquote version of this figure. So if you have the more affordable version, that's great, you should keep it. But if you want a baby Emmy, you should also get this, because that is like the main thing of the movie. But yeah, that is all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure, again. And if you're gonna get it in the future, maybe because of the baby, or if you're just gonna wait it out until you find it maybe for sale somewhere. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.